It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. No, but for real, it is nice outside. That's why I say, you know what? Let's go sit outside. Look, and y'all gonna have to be all right with the noise today. All right, because y'all was sitting up there trying to chew me up in my last video about the noise. I said I was trying something. Ow, that kind of hurt. My shoulder. And if y'all couldn't tell, yes, I'm obviously sitting outside on my porch. So again, y'all gonna have to be all right with the noise today. All right, talk to me nice, because y'all wasn't nice to me in that one video I decided to record outside. Like I said, I was trying something and y'all wasn't very nice about it. But y'all already know when I get on, y'all gotta grab y'all drink and y'all snack. What we snacking on? What we drinking on? Y'all gotta let me know content suggestions, because I always have to ask that whenever I go live. What do y'all want to see? Are we wanting more spooky stories? Are we wanting more podcasts? What topics y'all want to hear me talk about? Y'all definitely know I'm gonna roll out more of the folklore, but I want to know what y'all want to see. And I've been asking, trying to get y'all's suggestions, see where y'all head at. But it's like pulling teeth, trying to get y'all to let me know what y'all want to see. Y'all just want to be entertained, and I get it. I get it. But y'all gotta let me know. Give me something. Give me something to work with. Yo, I got a big ass spider web on my car. I literally didn't go anywhere today, and now there's a big ass spider web on my car. Sounds like I'll be asking my partner to knock that down later, because I'm not touching it. Just like the one by the front door. I'm not. Ooh, which reminds me, let me text him and let him know. Before you come home, darling. Don't walk through the spider web. My bad, y'all. I'm people watching. I always gotta see what's going on in my neighborhood. I be watching to see what's going on. Who's out here? But like I said, y'all gotta give me some type of feedback. Let me know what y'all want to see, cause I'm going through my notes right now for the different topics that I have up next to talk about, and I need to know which one of those I need to be pulling from. But again, we are going to be doing some throwbacks. That'll be the hint that I'll give, because I'm not going to give away too much of what I'll be doing next. Y'all just have to stick around and see what shenanigans we got going on in the hood over here. All right. But like I said, I do have some throwbacks, so that'll be y'all's hint. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to give you too much, but that's your hint for some of the content that's going to be coming soon. Like I mentioned in my last video, if you watched it, I am going to be airing the first episode for Mystic Monday which I have turned into a podcast. It is no longer going to be videos. And that's simply because some of the submissions that I've had aren't long enough for it to be like a full on video. That's the only reason why I turned it into a podcast, because some of them are a little bit shorter. Like the one that will be airing for Monday, it's a little bit shorter. I think it's like what, 10 minutes, right? Look, I think I still got like just a little bit more to edit. Yeah, I have a little bit more to edit on it, but I think as of right now it's at like 10 minutes, which it's a little bit of a shorter, but I know once I edit that 10 minutes down, it might wind up being like 7 minutes once I take out some of like the pauses and any corrections and stuff like that. So, like it's a little bit longer than a short, but not quite a video. So I just felt like podcast was appropriate. And plus, I did see in the comments a lot of people like, oh, I listened to it on the way home while I'm driving. Y'all, please don't watch videos while you're driving. Please don't watch videos while you're driving. Like, I really do care about my fans and my subscribers, like safety, like my clients, because some of y'all are my actual clients that come to me. So like, yeah, I actually do care about y'all safety. So please do not watch videos while you are driving a vehicle. Okay, don't do that. That's why, like I said, a lot of the episodes, if you've noticed, I have turned into podcasts. That way you can have the option of only listening to it. And if you have, again, the flexibility to actually view it, you can view it. But I'm trying to make sure that I'm paying attention to what you guys want, like I said, to see, and some of the suggestions that you guys have. But one thing I didn't like was the fact that, like I said, when I started the live, y'all come in here and talk to me nice, okay? Because I'm gonna do my best to talk to y'all nice, all right? I'm gonna treat you how I want to be treated, and then I'm gonna treat you how you treat me. That's how things work with me. I always lead with, being kind to people. You never know what people are dealing with. Like, you don't really get far in life being nasty to people. But in the same token, I'm going to treat you how you treat me. And like, a lot of people have been really nasty in the comments lately, so I've just been blocking people. And the few people that I have addressed, like, I'm just simply stating, ooh, it's a bumblebee. Hello bee. Uh-oh. Because I do get nervous when bees come around me like that close to me. Ooh. Yeah, I get a little nervous. But yeah, like I said, just trying to do my best to address people with some of the things that they've said, but also, still be myself, be kind, and do my best to be gentle. But sometimes y'all be pushing me. And sometimes I gotta get with y'all and let y'all know. Don't let this, y'all think the spiritual stuff is like an aesthetic. It's not an aesthetic for me. Like, it's truly who I am, but I'm also human too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wear my spirituality. I'm still human. So if you come to me with nasty energy, I'm not always going to be on that love and light shit. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Let's be honest. I'm not always going to be in the mood for that, especially depending on what, how life is life in. And like I said, some people, they've been kind of nasty and rude with some of the things that have been said. And like, I just don't appreciate that. So like I said, people will continue to get blocked, but just know, y'all said y'all wanted to see more of my personality. You definitely will. Look, you know what? I think it's still sitting in my drafts, and I'm gonna go ahead and post that reel. That person who decided to jump in my comments and was like, oh, well, your videos, they sound like they're scripted. It sounds like you write them out. Baby, yes, I do. I absolutely do. I write my own scripts. Like, I'm glad that you understand how video production works. I'm not understanding why you thought that was like a gotcha moment. Like, and that's the point of a YouTube video production. Like, you write, first of all, it starts with a thought. Okay, it starts with a thought, and then that thought grows into the process. Like, these topics that I talk about, whether it's folklore, African spirituality, like whatever it is, like, it starts from a thought, and I have to think about it, then write it out and think about, all right, what do I want to talk about? It turns into a whole script. You're absolutely right, it does. So to try to use that as a gotcha moment or like a jab, like, I'm not understanding. Like, is y'all cool? Not understanding. I'm really not understanding. Thank you for sharing. Hey, my baby. Welcome, my hoodlums. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I mean, I do my best to, like I said, give y'all my personality, but still try to, because my channel is still an extension of my business. So I do my best to still try to be professional, be polite. Like, I see people, going at it in the comments. Like, I had to delete some of the comments. It looked like from one person who I know is one of my clients, and I had to talk to her personally. Let these cars go by. And I had to talk to her personally because, like, she was getting a little, like, aggressive in the comments. And I think it's because, she's come to the shop, like the original shop I was at before moving to the one I'm at now. She's come by the shop. She's, met me a few times. She comes to me regularly to get her spiritual items and things like that for her own practices. But I had to let her know, like, I know that because some of you all have met me in person or you've gotten readings with me, so you feel like you have a certain connection to me. In a sense, you do. And, I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for it, for the community, for the connection, for, people sharing stories, whatever it is. But, like, y'all also gotta chill. Y'all also gotta chill. Like, some of y'all, I'm off of my hoodlums. And there's a reason why I call y'all hoodlums, because y'all like me. Like, you'll get buck about something that you're passionate about. And as you should. You should absolutely be passionate about things and show that you're passionate about those things. But sometimes, baby, sometimes your passion can be misplaced. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's okay. You don't always have to go all gas, no brakes. But nonetheless, again, I'm grateful for my community, for all the people that I've met, for the people that I will continue to meet, and for growing here on the channel. Like, it's amazing. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all want to talk about. Why y'all got me? Do a little Q&A. Is there something y'all want me to talk about? YouTube topics. Let me have it. While I'm talking about posting this, as I see 555, ashe, ashe, ashe. Congratulations on hitting 10K. Keep up being amazing. Aw, thank you. I've been getting a lot of text messages. I appreciate it. Although, some of these people don't be watching my videos, but that's okay. That's okay. I take a compliment when it's a compliment. Pay attention to my words. I take a compliment when it's a compliment. However, again, I came on, like I said, to get suggestions from you guys. Q&A, let's talk topics. Like, what do y'all want to see? Vlogs, where do y'all want me to go? I need to know. I need feedback. I need some feedback. What do y'all want to see? What piques your interest? What piques your fancy? It feels so good out here. How did the recent lunar phases affect us? Well, this was a full moon in Pisces, so I mean, it definitely could have been, moments of feeling amplified emotions, spikes in your, spiritual energy. Maybe even moments of indecisiveness. It really just depends on how grounded you are, honestly, how grounded you are and your personal, planetary alignment, your birth chart and everything like that. For me, I mean, it definitely, like I said, I had spikes in my spiritual energy for sure. maybe even a heighten in your spiritual abilities and gifts even. That's definitely been something for me, like in the last like year alone. I mean, just being in the age of Aquarius period. I mean, I have a lot of water placements and I work very well and heavy with water. I grew up on Long Island, so you know, like I definitely have a very strong connection to the water. Be it, you know, Yemaya or Oshun. But again, it really just depends on how grounded you are in your energy. That really determines the difference in the effects. Wasn't there a blood moon? So yes, there definitely was a blood moon. Again, it you also have to go by the symbolism, not just of the moon, but of colors as well. And the color red is definitely a symbol of energy or heightened energy, an amplification of energy. Ugh. Ever since I had braces, some words is like, ugh, can't say it. But yes, it's an amplification of energy. So it amplifies, and really, like I said, it amplifies a lot of just the emotions and energy that's just been currently going on. You know, it so again, if you've had, you know, success with business, or, you know, with weight loss journey, you know, a weight loss journey that you've been on or something like that, then, you know, things right now are really going to amplify. You're really going to see, you know, and then with it also being a corn moon, you're really, again, trying to tie all of this in because it's a lot, you know. There was a lot going on with this moon. Again, with it also being a corn moon, it's also the time and season where you are reaping the benefit of your harvest. You know, you like you've put in hard work, you've done a lot of shadow work, you've done a lot of physical work, you know, at your job or whatever you do in life. You put in a lot of time, effort, and work, so now you are starting to see the benefits of your labor. So combined with, like I said, an amplification of the energy that's going on with you spiritually, emotionally, physically, it was also showing that, you know, things that you've worked on in the past, if you felt like you couldn't look back and see the time that you put in, the work that you put in, you actually are going to see your efforts and what they manifest and what they can manifest for you in the future. So I hope that answered your question. Hello, 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 guys. Like I said, doing a little Q&A. Let me know what y'all, like I said, if you didn't watch my last video, definitely go watch it. And if you're one of my hoodlums that have subscribed recently, welcome, welcome. Like I said, just doing Q&A, trying to see what y'all want to talk about, trying to see what video topics y'all got, suggestions. It did, thank you. You're welcome, absolutely. You're so welcome. Make sure that you're subscribed if you aren't already, okay? Because I am going to be putting out, like, I know I've been doing a lot of folklore, and I know I've been doing a lot of storytelling and the spooky story times and everything here on the channel, but I am going to be putting out more spiritual content because I know a lot of you guys have said that you want to see more of it. It's just that, unfortunately, some of the stuff that y'all want to see, again, I'm a hoodoo practitioner, so what I practice is a closed practice. But as far as giving you the basics of spirituality and maybe even talking about things that are of an open practice, like, you know, Wiccan and, you know, different other things like that, you know, I can talk about that. I can give you, like I said, the basics and everything. But some of the, like, y'all are asking for like things straight out of my grimoire. I can't give you that. Can't give you that. All right, you know, like I can do work for you, and depending who you are and, you know, what's going on, I can teach you certain things respectfully, of course. Because again, I'm not going to teach you something that is a closed practice and you are not of the practice and or culture, and I'm not going to teach you of something, you know, something of a religion or culture if I'm not initiated. You know, like, I understand my spiritual limitations. You know, I'm not one of those people that just is money hungry and just wants to get money out of people, like, oh, you got to keep coming to me. Like, no. Like I said in previous posts and videos, like, when people come to me, my clients, like, my goal is to teach you as much as I can, even the new things that I'm still learning. You know, I want you to know and be as knowledgeable as possible. So if you choose to practice on your own, you have the knowledge, you have the know-how. You know, it's going to take some trial and error, because don't get me wrong, like, before being able to manifest easily, and again, the shop that I have, it took years to manifest that. You know what I'm saying? It took me time to understand elements and different, the basics, for me to be able to really get what I want, and to be able to really work my craft the way that I need for my life, because that's really what it is, and that's why it's called a craft. You make it work for you, you know. So, but I don't mind sharing certain things. I do have beginner friendly, or open practice friendly. That's the best way for me to put it. Open practice friendly. I like that. I do have open practice friendly work that I don't mind sharing. I just got to know what y'all want, because I'm also not going to just be aimlessly posting things, because I'm looking for a target. If y'all let me know, I can hit the target every time. You know what I'm saying? Show me the target so I can hit it. So, with that being said, y'all just have to let me know what y'all are interested in. A lot of y'all do come over from TikTok, and I do my best to, again, pull clips for references, but I try not to get lost in the void that is TikTok, because for my like OG subbies that know me from my personal TikTok days, because that channel's got like 500,000 followers on it. Y'all know I used to again, it's taking time, shadow work, grounding, for me to come as polished as I am. And even then, I still have some rough edges, you know? Ooh, Rick and Morty's back on Hulu. Look, getting distracted. Let me stop. But yes, you guys, let me know what you guys are wanting to talk about, what you want to see on the channel next. And if you have any of your spooky or scary stories that you, hold on, let me let this car go. If you have any of your scary or spooky stories that you want to submit, please make sure that you email them in. I do have my email address on my page, okay? I do have it on my page. And I have, like I said, I've gotten a few submissions. So as of right now, like I said, Monday, I'm airing the first episode of Mystic Monday. I do have 2 more episodes that are ready to go. So for the month of September, I'm covered. But I'm ready to go ahead and start taking submissions for October. Okay? I'm definitely ready to start taking submissions for October. And those gotta be the real juicy stories. So I'm gonna need y'all to come with it. Okay? It's spooky season at that. All right? That good fall chill is gonna be in the air by then. So I'm gonna need y'all to come with it. I want the juicy stories. I'm talking like some of the submissions that I've gotten, because like I said, I'm good for the month of September for Mystic Monday, but some of the submissions, I'm talking like ex-CIA workers. Look, y'all getting the juicy stuff early, okay? Because y'all decided to join the live. Y'all getting the juicy stuff early, but like ex-CIA workers, one a daycare worker. Let me think. And it's always in some like weird sterile environment, like back rooms type shit. Like it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. But I'm super excited. Like I said, the few episodes that I am currently editing and working through right now, I gotta record one of them, but the 2 I'm editing right now, I'm super excited for those to air. I cannot wait for y'all to see those. But again, if you do have your spooky or scary stories, make sure that you email them in, okay, to the Mystic Muse Creations with an S, Mystic Muse Creations at gmail.com. And make sure that you send them in, because I will feature them here, all right? If you send it in, I'll put it on the channel. And I do not mind sharing that story And let me know if you want to be anonymous or not, because if you don't put a name, or if I can't tell by your email, because, you know, Little Miss Cupcake 123, your name's going to be Cupcake for the story. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you let me know how you want to be addressed, all that good stuff. I respect pronouns, okay? You know, I do my best to be respectful as I can when I share people's stories. Now, if it is an indigenous story, I would like for you to do your own video so you can share it yourself. I'm sorry. Like, I respect indigenous culture. I really do. Although I am indigenous myself, but not enough to be sharing these stories. You know what I'm saying? I believe in being respectful. You know what I'm saying? So, especially if you got like any of these crazy like living on the res stories, like I do have one of those. One of those is a part of the Mystic Monday. Okay, that's another little juicy tidbit. So there is a submission from one of the subbies here on the channel who lived on a well, look, there's been so many stories I've been doing. I gotta remember, did she live on the reservation or she lived near a reservation? Either way it goes, it's about a reservation and she is a native herself. So I'm super excited, like I said, to share a lot of these stories. Like, y'all been submitting some really, really, really good stories. So I'm super excited for that. I'm not gonna lie, this sun is hitting me right. The sun is hitting me right. It's drying my hair out a little bit, but it's hitting me right. I might have to go get a little leave-in conditioner, bring her back to life. My poof. And I gotta redye my hair too. I am considering dyeing it another color though, but we'll see, especially with it getting a little cooler in the air. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Let's see, 26 minutes. Okay. Decent amount of time. But I am gonna get off in a little bit because I'm gonna go eat. If y'all couldn't tell what I was outside doing. You know? It's gonna be time to eat soon. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat. Besides my cookie cake, if y'all couldn't tell, which I'm not gonna hold y'all. I had the worst sugar crash. I had the worst sugar crash. But it was worth it. That cookie cake was amazing, and I'm definitely gonna partake again tonight. Hey, you shared one of my stories a few weeks back. Thank you. Hey there, baby. What's going on? Hey there, my hoodlum. Yes, your story was amazing. Your story was amazing. Like I said, I've been getting a lot of great submissions for stories, so I'm super excited, super duper excited for Mystic Monday. Like I said, I've announced it on my last video. I don't know if you saw, but if you didn't, definitely go watch. Let me know what you think. But I have decided to turn it into a podcast because some of the stories that have been submitted aren't as lengthy as maybe some of the TikToks that I pull for reference clips. So I've decided to turn it into a podcast, and the first episode is a full episode of just one story. The second episode is going to be a few compiled together because, like I said, some of the stories aren't as long. So it doesn't really matter the length of the story. If you feel like it's a great story, submit it because I don't mind sharing it. And I know you said that you had some other stories that you wanted to submit, so definitely send it to me. Definitely send it to me so I can put it on the one of the next episodes. Because like I was just saying, I'm good for the month of September, but I'm ready for submissions for October, and those gotta be the real juicy stories. So Melissa, come with it. Come with it. Okay? I want the scariest, most freakiest, I don't know what the hell happened, but this is what happened stories. And that is what I want. Yes. Okay, I'm super excited. Look, I'm getting super excited. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I'm super excited. See, this is what I love. Like I said, being able to like build that community and share stories. Like, my dad was a really good storyteller, and I think that's where like my love of folklore and research and like going down a rabbit hole, like that's where I get it from. Like, my dad was I don't want to say bookworm, but he was the research worm, because he wouldn't just sit down and read books necessarily, but he was the research worm. That is where I get it from. Tony, I love your channel so much. Hi. Or excuse me, Tori, hi. Look, I'm sorry, the sun is beaming in my face. Look, trying to be cute and shit. Can't read. But hello. Is this another page you have going on? Or is someone copying your shit? I'm here for you, OMG. Now, I do have 2 channels, okay? I do have 2 channels. I got the business side where I post, the shop and the products and stuff like that. I do have that page. And then I use that to post in the comments sometimes. That is also me. All right. I do have someone, it's both me and someone that helps me manage the page, that is me. But if there is somebody out there copying my shit, you let me know. Because, again, if you're one of my subs that came from, like, my OG personal TikTok days, y'all know and I'm not even trying to be funny or brag. Like, it's more annoying, like, and expensive with the lawyers, if anything, for the amount of people I've had to go after for, fraud and stuff like that. And trying to pretty much steal my identity for copying my work and stuff like that. Like, there's been so many scammers out there. Okay, I just needed... No. That other YouTube page, specifically YouTube page, yes, that is me. No, that is me. Like I said, that is me for sure. Please do not report that page. But if it's a TikTok page, report the shit out of it. Please. Report the shit out of it. Because it's not me. Like, and that shit gets so annoying. There are so many scammers out there, like, and that's why I don't answer DMs. And that's another thing I have to say. Like, if you want to get in contact with me, email me or contact me via Etsy, because there are so many scammers that I do not respond to DMs because those scammers do. Like, and it's not that I don't love y'all. It's not that I don't care about the messages that y'all send. Like, I've had people just, hey, I drove by your shop, or hey, I, bought something from your shop, and they'll send me a screenshot. And I'm just like, okay. If I don't get to those messages, it's not that I don't love y'all. It's just that, again, there's a bunch of scammers and other stuff like that. And it's just more clean and professional for me, So, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me read these comments. Oh, wow. Yes. What? Melissa, yes. Send it. Please. Let me see. I'll stop any scam. Oh, hello. Was that Oshun? I see you buzzing around. I'll stop any scammers. Look, and we as content creators truly appreciate it, because, like, some of my mutuals on TikTok, like Jasmine's Garden, who else? Who's another big person that I know that they were impersonating too? Kaylin Easley. That's my baby. I love me some Kaylin. She's crazy. I absolutely love her like a little sister. Look, I was gonna call her little girl. Let me not do that. I know, little sis, but like, she's so funny. Like, who she is online is really like who she is in person. Like, she's amazing. But we as content creators really appreciate when we have people defend us, because it's so annoying when, again, there's so many scammers out there. Like, I've had so many people like jump in my lives, and this is why I don't go live on TikTok anymore. Like, I just started coming on live here on YouTube, but like, when I would go live on TikTok, there would be so many people like flooding my comments, like, you stole $500 from me, I paid you $1,000 for... Whoa. You didn't pay me $1,000 for nothing, and it didn't work. That's first and foremost. I'm gonna tell you that. You didn't pay $1,000 for nothing from me, and it didn't work. I'm gonna tell you that. And 2, I didn't charge you $1,000 for it. I guarantee you that. Like, it's just been so annoying. It's been so annoying. I made a video of my brother about a tie. Send them both to you. Yes, Melissa, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that, girl. Yes, definitely send me all those juicy stories. And same thing for anybody else watching. Send me all the juicy stories to my email, themysticmusecreations@gmail.com. It's your livelihood. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a scammer. Like, this is truly what I do. And like I said before, this is why I do my best to have a certain level of professionalism when I'm on here, because like, this is still an extension. Ooh, that bee scared me. This is still an extension, of my business. So like, I have to maintain a certain level of professionalism, like, I can't just be wilding out and crashing out on people, like I did on my personal TikTok days. That's why I kind of had to like calm down, take a hiatus, and like come back and not necessarily rebrand, but you know, like get my mind right. Like, am I still talking about the same things? Yes. Am I still posting the same type of content? Not necessarily. I've elevated, I've grown, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not too righteous, you know, I'm not too uppity or proud to, you know, admit that either. Like, I've grown, like my content has grown in, you know, the 6-7 years, you know, I've had my social media presence. Hey Kat. Hey there, my hoodlum. So, you know, like, it's been a long time coming. You know, I love what I do. Like, will I be there for the community? Absolutely. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. I love what I do. You know, I will never, you know, push for things that aren't necessary. I'm not one of those people where you gotta, you know, get weekly tarot readings with me, even, you know, like have your check-ins, you know, your birthday, you know, maybe certain times of the year when you're grieving or having, you know, seasonal depression, check in, you know, or, you know, it's just been a long time, or the last person was a scammer, so you want to go to somebody legitimate, you know, have those spiritual check-ins. You go to, you know, the doctor to have your physical check-ins. You go to the psychiatrist to have your mental check-ins. Go to your local spiritualist and or practitioner for your spiritual check-ins. Like, your spiritual health is important too, and that's why I don't play about it. Like, not only is this, you know, my business, but this is something that, you know, I practice what I truly preach. So, you know, I don't take it lightly. I'm on my Erica Badu shit. I'm a practitioner and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You can't just you can't just do anything when it comes to, especially being a public practitioner. It's not like I just, you know, hush hush, you know, for friends and family. Like, I'm public with this. So, you know, I take what I do very seriously. Yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I definitely, like I said, I love what I do. Like I said, I will always, you know, personally speaking and professionally as a practitioner speaking, like, I will always encourage and push for the best version and elevation of any and everybody. Like, you know, even even the worst of us, you know, some of my brothers and sisters that's out there that's lost, and I mean terribly lost in the sauce. Even them, like, you know, I hope and pray and manifest that they make their way back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, not, and it ain't got nothing to do with race, it ain't got nothing to do with skin color. Like, spiritually speaking, like, I really hope y'all make y'all way back home, like being whole, being grounded, being happy, being healthy, you know, like, find your way. Find your way. And I really do mean that. Like, a lot of people, you know, they'll be like, oh, you know, you need to go touch grass. Like, if I ever have told somebody that, like, I really do mean that in the most respectful way. Please go touch grass. Like, go ground yourself. Get one with the universe, because whatever energy you got going on, it ain't working for you. It don't look good on you. It looks like it's eating you the fuck up. Your kid's my number one. You got me, bag lady. It's my one day, all them bags gonna get in your way. Absolutely. So, hey, like, yes, that's my song. Yes. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's true, like, physically and spiritually speaking, like, you can't carry too much with you, because you never know when you gotta when you gotta go. You never know when it's time to go to war, spiritually or physically speaking. You never know when it's time to get up and make something shake. That's why you gotta stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready. That's the reason why I'm a hoodlum, all right? I'm a suspect, baby. I'm never a victim. All right? Just saying. That's how I get down. Like, my daddy always said it, because I'm the only girl of 4. My dad always said it. He was like, for you to be my only baby girl, you the most gangster at all my kids. Okay? And always will be. Physically and spiritually speaking. Always. Period. Okay? Confirmation. Period. And is. That's what I heard. Tutu and is. Yes, thank you. Period. Yes, yes. So, y'all, I be having fun. I make myself laugh. I like me. I'm a mess. But I do. I do. I really do. I have fun with me. No, if you don't have fun with yourself, if you don't like yourself, what else? I mean, what else in this universe can you really enjoy if you can't enjoy self? We should like ourselves. I'm just getting to where I really do like me. No, like for a long time, like I did struggle with that, especially when, there's outside voices, family, maybe even sometimes friends or that person that you lay up with. Sometimes there's those outside voices that can make you question your character and if you really do like yourself. And that's an unfortunate thing, and it should never be the case. At 47, hey, I just hit 30, and certain things about myself, like, I'm happy. I accept, like, not even just accept it, but like I encourage it. You know? I encourage it. A healthy encouragement of it. I like you. I like me. We should like ourselves, Kat. Hell yes. Absolutely. Them curls in the middle. Yes. Doing my best. Look, I was tired and wasn't feeling like 100% today, so I didn't go to the shop. So I was like, you know what? I gotta get the people something. I didn't post a video. I didn't go to the shop. So I was like, I gotta get the people something. Gotta give the people something. But thank you for the compliments. Thank you, thank you. Look, I will say the reason why my skin, outside of, me picking at a little bit of acne, PCOS, it's that African black soap that I make. Like, when I say it has my skin right, especially if you're like me and you struggle with adult acne, oh my God. That African black soap has gotten my skin right. Ain't nothing like that black girl magic, baby. Ashe. Period. Ain't nothing like the blueprint. That's right. That's what I tried to mean. THA, Ashe. Balance of, yes. Mm-hmm. I did the 2 lines to break out birth control. Okay, so I have, like I said, I'm comfortable with talking about it, and I've, talked about it on my TikTok and everything like that, and on my Instagram and Twitter about my PCOS and whatnot. So I am actively working towards a holistic way of healing, because if you talk to any doctor and shit, take the time if you want to even Google it, they will tell you that there is no cure for PCOS, and that's bullshit. There is a cure for everything. Like, I don't care what nobody says. Like, obviously they killed Dr. Sebi over it, like, when you know too much, when you speaking too much, but that's for another video, that's for another live. But there is a natural way to heal and cleanse the body, and a lot of the issues that people have are inflammation, imbalances, which could be a symptom of, or inflammation could be a symptom of, and parasites. Like, those are the biggest things. Like, and for PCOS, it is hormonal imbalances. So, I will say I've seen a lot of talk across social media, and not sponsored, even though, y'all, you got to help the kid get a sponsorship. I'm really working on it. I did get those black girl vitamins, okay, for PCOS, specifically for PCOS, the ones that come in a little blue bottle with the pink heart-shaped gummies. I did start taking them. I've been taking them for the past couple of days, and I will say, I feel like I know it takes time for it to make a change, but between that and the other things that I'm doing naturally, I feel like I can see where it's coming from. I see where it can improve. I see where the benefits can really sink in. So I'm gonna rock with it. I'm I've been told it takes about maybe 2 to 3 months for it to, well, in some cases, depending on the severity of your PCOS. And for me, I feel like mine is more mild in some cases from what I've seen from other people. So in cases like mine where it's a little more mild, you can start to see results in as early as 3 weeks, like from what I've seen, like 3 to 6 weeks ish. So maybe you look great, honestly, whatever you're doing. I don't know if it's just that Oshun energy I have, but like I'm a little too vain to be walking around with anything crazy on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm mad at myself for even having scars from me picking at my acne, but I do have a bad habit of picking acne even when I was a teenager. So like that's part of the reason why I sometimes cut my nails short, because my natural nails will grow very long and pretty, but I will sit there and destroy my skin. So I gotta pick and choose my battles. Either I'm gonna have some cute little shorties on me, or I'm gonna tear up my skin. I'd rather not tear up my skin. So yeah. So, I'll be back with a check-in to let y'all know, how it's going, to see if they really work. And like I said, I want a sponsorship, so shoot, maybe I could work something out with them and let them know, like, hey, I'm an influencer. I've been trying y'all stuff and I swear by it, and I want to let everybody else know I swear by it. So, because I will say, sometimes that's really how it is. Like, not all of these influencers or people on, social media, not all of them did it necessarily for the bag. Like, was the bag like a huge incentive? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm an influencer and I'm telling you, like, because I'm trying to get me a brand deal. Like I said, Zulu with the glasses, definitely trying to get a deal with them. Trying to get a deal with Ken Apparel because I swear by their hoodies. I've been swearing by their hoodies for years. They've even reposted me on their page a couple of times before. Like, I want to get in my bag too with doing certain things as an influencer, but I'm only going to be supporting brands that actually mean something and stand for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be sitting up here telling you, oh yeah, get these weight loss gummies, get these PCOS gummies, and they don't work. And they're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, me as a business owner, I could never, like, I would be pissed off if I paid, because I do have brand ambassadors, and I would be pissed off if I paid my brand ambassadors to post about my product and they were lying just for the sake of wanting to get money. Like, no, like, give me the honest feedback. Where can I improve? How can I do better? Like, that's how you keep your customers happy. Even when it comes here to my YouTube channel, how can I make sure that you guys are going to be happy? That's why I'm constantly asking, what content do you guys want to see? Send in your spooky stories so we can share them, because I know that's stuff that y'all like. You got to have feedback. There has to be give and take. Like, it can't just be my way or no way, I heal my PCOS and endometriosis. My mom has endometriosis. Or had, excuse me. Wow. They can choose those battles not to pick. Yeah. Let me see. Sorry. Yeah. Let me read these comments, y'all. Wow. I definitely will keep you updated, though. Like I said, I will post about it. I will let y'all know, because trust me, no, there's no hood like the PCOS hood. Like, it's literally, if you know, you know, because otherwise you don't. And it's that simple. It's just one of them things. Either you deal with it or you don't, and it's hard. I've literally never heard or seen anyone, and you probably never will, be like, oh yeah, I love having PCOS. No, it's annoying. Some days I'm in so much pain, like, I'm pretty sure, because y'all see, I've been doing my best to really put out the content for you guys. I'm pretty sure you've seen, like, there's been days where it's like, okay, Luna ain't posted nothing in a week. Is she good? Like, no. I'm probably somewhere dying. Trying to get my life together. Maybe. Ain't no hood like the hormone hood. I'm trying to tell you, like, for real. Like, cause baby, when they up, they up. When they down, they down. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah. But yeah. Dang, it's almost been an hour. Okay, no, for real, I do need to go ahead and hop off so I can figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner. And my partner just got home, so I have to figure out what I'm gonna eat. Do you have? Do I have a paranormal story? Ooh, I mean, I shared. Okay, I shared my experience of getting stuck in I guess, mirror, possibly maybe the back rooms. I shared that on a video. What else? Real quick before I go. I shared the mimic that was mimicking my godmother when I was living in Covington. Um, mm, let's see. You are so beautiful. Oh, thank you. Let me think real quick before I go. The mimic one was crazy, man. It was. Let me think. Okay, so quick tidbit. So my mom is also a seer, so I guess you could say I'm a second. Well, from my knowledge anyway, I'm not sure if my grandmother or my great grandmother. I'm pretty sure my great grandmother was, so it may have skipped my grandmother. I digress. See, this is why we having to edit my videos, because y'all probably would be like, can you get the story out? Some of y'all be harsh, like, yo, get to the point. Sheesh. Goddamn. Enjoy the process of the storytelling, but I digress. Anywho, so I would be a second generation seer, and my mom actually saw when my great grandmother, her grandmother, was going to pass away. Yes, I'm very neurospicy. Very. So yeah, she actually like could see, like she had a vision that my great grandmother was gonna pass away, and so um hold on. Okay, so my bad. I was trying to warn my partner about that big ass spider that's by the front door. Anywho, so like I said, I come from a second generation of seers, and like I said, my mother saw when my great grandmother, her grandmother, was gonna pass away, and so she, and again, this is like in the early 2000s, so landlines, like my mom had a cell phone because this was like 2006. Yeah, 2006. So my mom, my sun sign, Gemini. I'm a Gemini. Yes. So yes, Gemini. So my mom calls the house phone, and at that point, I'm like 6, 7, somewhere around there. She calls the house phone, and I know to pick up the phone because I already know who's calling. So my mom is just like, something's gonna happen with your abuela. Everything's gonna be okay. Just don't leave her by herself. I was like, okay, you're freaking me out, but okay, whatever you say. So now my great grandmother was a avid Scotch drinker. If you can't tell. Oh yeah, you got to be able to do 100 things at one time over here with me. Absolutely. But dang, look, there goes the ADHD. What was I saying? So yes, she was an avid Scotch drinker. She loved her Wheel of Fortune. Like she was a creature of habit. So like you knew what she was doing. Like it didn't matter what day of the week. 3 o'clock, she was always watching Wheel of Fortune, smoking a cigarette, drinking some scotch. You know what I'm saying? So, but as she got sicker, because she unfortunately had lung cancer, and yes, she was still smoking with lung cancer, she would just turn her oxygen off and on. Yeah, crazy. Old folks truly don't be giving a fuck when they get old. So, in the last couple of weeks before she passed away, like, she really started to get weak, really wouldn't want to eat, do much, you know. It even got to the point where she wasn't really drinking or smoking like that, too. So, like, dang, oh, well, I ain't drinking or smoking, like, something wrong, you know? So, the day that everything happened, and like I said, my mom called me, and I'm just like, all right, you're freaking me out, but all right. So, that day, my abuela decided to pour herself a drink, and she was sitting up there watching Wheel of Fortune, as always. And she kind of just looked at me. Now, she wasn't like, she was the type, she loved her grandchildren to be around, but she wasn't necessarily one of those people where she liked her grandkids to be up underneath her. Now, my grandmother, her daughter, definitely is. Like, my abuela is definitely a affectionate abuela. But my great grandmother, I don't want to say she was cold, but she had experienced a lot in her life. So her light wasn't so bright anymore, you know? Even with her grandkids. I mean, granted, she was always very sweet to us. Don't get me wrong. Like, she's always super sweet to us, but like she just wasn't super affectionate. But that day, like, she told me, she was like, "Do you want to come cuddle with me?" And I was just like, yes, give me the blanket. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and that it was, because she passed away that same day. She passed away that same day. Kind of like how my mom said, like, she's going to get tired. She's going to want to go to sleep. And that she did. And she passed away. And I knew, because we had the whole home hospice care set up and everything like that. So I knew exactly what that flatline was. Ashe, ashe. Somebody's been doing their homework. Absolutely. Somebody knows their astrology. Brownie points for you. Absolutely. I feel like she protects you. Absolutely. Absolutely. She definitely does. Look, and I know I said real quick, but I got one more. um, and it's about her. So kind of a continuation, if you will. So yes, like, I guess for me, I view death differently, because for that to be my first experience with death, it was very peaceful. Watching her, you know, passing her sleep, like, you know, it wasn't the, you know, dramatics and theatrics and blood and like it wasn't all that for me. It wasn't. It was peaceful, so it was just different for me. Oh, she probably definitely does pull up a chair and be drinking her scotch. You know, oh my God, you just made me think about something. That is probably why I smell phantom cigarette smoke, because I smoke the devil's lettuce. You know, like, I'm not a tobacco smoker. So that's probably why I smell phantom tobacco smoke a lot. That explains a lot. Wow. Anywho, but yes. So at my grandmother's funeral, we wound up just having it at, you know, at the house. She was cremated. I can remember clear as day. And again, this is still involving my mom, and obviously, who has now transitioned, my great grandmother. I remember like everything going on at the house and everything, and it was almost like a blur. Like, y'all, like, it's hard to explain. Y'all know what that like early 2000s like nostalgia look is. You know, like, I'm looking around the house at the old furniture, and my abuela, like, distinctively, I remember she loved Coca-Cola. That was her favorite drink. Like, Coke and scotch, you know, or Coke and whiskey, you know, like, that was her thing. and she had a collection of the white polar bears, and that's part of the reason why I loved stuffed animals, because she always got me little white polar bears. I remember walking past her collection, and I was thinking to myself, like, dang, I really want to go pick up one of these, because I know she would never let me hold one of them while she was around. And when I went to go pick it up, I remember clear as day seeing her, the woman who was cremated, the one that's sitting in the beautiful gold urn. I remember seeing her clear as day in the last outfit that she had on, with her scotch in her hand and her cigarette in the other. And she kind of just walked past, and she kind of just shh and kept walking. I'm like, and my mom happened to like come walk up on me, because like as she's walking up on me, she's like, now you know, oh well, it wouldn't be okay with you touching these, what you doing? Like as that's going on, I'm seeing it, and like I guess my mom is looking at my face like, well, what the hell are you looking at to be looking like that? And she looks, and I look, and then I look at her, and I look at her, and she looks at me like, I'm like, do you see this? She kind of just tries to brush it off like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, no, you know what I'm talking about, because you saw it too, because you paused. Like, you know, you can tell when somebody notices something by their body language. Like, regardless of what comes out of their mouth, you can tell by their body language. I know my mom saw it too. And to this day, she still tries to act like she doesn't know what I'm talking about. I'm just like, all right. Even with what I do. And of course, my mother knows, like, it's no secret. But still, she still will try to deny, like, she didn't know what I was talking about. Creepiest thing ever. At least for my age. But I mean, now it's like, hey, it's a regular Tuesday. I just saw Abuela. But that's all y'all gonna get out of me today, because I am gonna make a full official video. So we'll see how many people watch this live, because not many people watch the lives. But I will be making an official video where I give all the full details, because like I'm pausing because I'm trying not to again go on my ADHD neurospicy tangent, because you know apparently some people don't like that. So oh, I know she knows I'm talking about her. We need more her stories, man. I do have a few. Outside of again her initial passing and funeral space, I do have like one or two more. So I will give you guys a story time about that. But again, that might be a podcast episode. Might be. Get out of here and go eat and enjoy. Yes, I am. I definitely am. Because he's probably like, oh, what is she still doing on the porch? Yes, so because her present shows up. Yes, absolutely. Look, now I'm going to have to definitely go and light up an extra candle for her, since I mentioned her tonight, as a thank you for her presence, her amazing stories, just to show a little extra love. No, we're here for the neurospicy tangents. But I'll start going live more than, like I said, I had to back away from my TikTok days because I felt like I was getting like jumped by the amount of people who were getting scammed. But I feel like those days have passed, hopefully. But I'm not finna go to TikTok and find out. I'll stay over here where I belong, in the YouTube hood. Needed this today. I know, right? I appreciate, like I said, all of my hoodlums. Thank you. But I am gonna go ahead and get out of here. I do need to eat something, put something on my belly, because I'm hungry. So y'all make sure to behave yourselves, all right? Be good, do good. Drink your water, mind your business, and stay prayed up and protected. All right? And y'all already know what it is. As always, I love you guys. And I'm gonna catch y'all later. Okay, boo, I need to go eat. Yes, go eat, go nourish yourself. All right, I'm about to do the same. All right, it was nice chatting with you guys. Make sure you go watch my last video and respond to the last post. All right, let me know what y'all want to see. Videos, podcasts, suggestions. Let me know in the comments. Love you, bye.